All right, so welcome back to another episode of Williams Music Interviews. Today we have Dan Horner, the amazing adjudicator, works with the Taiwo Symphonic Winds, spent a bulk of his time teaching at Bayview, and now are you at St. Andrews College, right?
St. Andrews College, yeah.
And we're so happy to have you here.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you very much.
All right, so first I wanted to have you introduce yourself, sort of talk about what was your musical journey and how did you end up being like this amazing music teacher, basically?
Okay, so depending on how far back we go, I think there are times when I was like 4 years old and there's a picture of me with this toy trumpet. May have that on Facebook actually, so that might be the beginning, but if we keep on just going, I'll jump a little bit for time. Yeah. I think I grew up in high school, Sir Johnny McDonald down in Scarborough. It was a big program, and obviously I played trumpet. And we did like lots of really cool trips, and the group of friends that I had were all really strong musicians, like some going to Eastman and things like that. So it was a good couple of years for that. And from there I went to Queens, stayed there for 4 years, did my Bachelor of Education there as well, and then started teaching up in Sutton, well actually Newmarket first and then Sutton, then Aurora High School, and then I went to Bayview Secondary School. I was a head there for about 17 years. Wow. Then I jumped to Houghton-Alea Secondary School for a couple years, and now I'm at St. Andrews College for the last 3 years.
Oh, that's a very long time.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to jump around that much. It was just these opportunities came up, and it was like, okay, and I was ready to move at those times, so I took the opportunities where they come.
Oh, it's a very long time that you spent.
Yes, I'm very old, if that's what you're saying. Yeah, that was a nice way of saying, wow, you're old. Yeah, okay, good.
I wasn't trying to insinuate that.
But it's okay, you're a tuba player, so you get any latitude you want. You can do whatever you want, and that's fine.
Alright, so in your experience sort of like teaching, you've definitely like adjudicated, worked with a lot of bands, a lot of different kinds of bands like grade 9, 10, 11, 12 I assume. So what do you sort of look for to improve? Like what is the sort of mindset that you have when you're working with a band?
So when I adjudicate, adjudicate or just go to watch a concert, I always put it into context. So I try to find always something that's enjoyable about it, because students work so hard to put performance out there, especially when it's a very sincere performance. I don't care how good it is, I just appreciate that from the start. So it's always looking for the best of that, and then again, keeping in perspective, trying to be helpful and say what is achievable, what's our next step, and what can we think about. So it's difficult when the group is really, really strong. It's kind of hard to be nitpicky, but I think that's again what I try to do is emphasize what's going well, but then offer a couple things. And a lot of times it's just interpretive things. So it's not just necessarily like you missed this, but try this out, and what do you think of that?
Yeah. Well, in that sort of the same vein, it's sort of like if a band cares enough, it'll like the music will come out.
Yeah.
So it's sort of about the process more so, right?
It's a good answer from a tuba player. I
would
expect that from a tuba player.
Yeah. Well, sort of in that same vein, like when you're working with a band, how do you make sure to like push them to be as good as they can without like killing their joy of music? Have you seen the movie Whiplash?
Yeah. Yeah. So again, anything is good, really. So there is a problem with that students tend to focus on the negative. We all tend to focus on the negative. And I could say, for my band, I could say 10 good comments and 1 bad one, and they'll always remember the bad one. So it's hard to do that. I also will make a point of, if I'm making a critical comment, it's because I think you can do better, as opposed to I'm going to make a comment and something negative that they can't possibly improve on anyway, or I don't think they can do better. I'll leave those elements as well. And then the last thing too is that if I'm working with a group and I say if I'm harping on the trumpet section, I'm going to try my hardest to find a good thing to say after. So I try to balance it. I think it's good. I think student bands need to be, like, for lack of a better word, broken down sometimes, but you need to always build back up. So the only reason I would, tear a strip out of a group is for the purpose of building the back up. So you gotta watch your momentum in a rehearsal, because if you've taken them down but you haven't brought them back up, then I think that's a mistake, and that can go bad. But there is an issue though with the fact that, again, you could say nine nice things and one bad thing, and they're going to remember the bad thing. So you have to be cautious about that, because again, just any work that we're putting into this, any time we're spending with music is a bonus, and we can't forget that. So we have to appreciate what is good all the time, but then always, how do we move better? Because it's not useful to just hear all good things like we're fantastic, but I've stopped bands before in the middle of rehearsal to tell them they just did something right as well. So I find it's funny because students get confused by that. Why did you stop us? But I think they need to hear the good things as well.
Yeah, of course. Well, unfortunately, we're almost at the end of our time.
Okay.
So, for the ending of this, we're gonna do a quick lightning round. I asked a couple of the students here what they wanted to know about you.
Yeah, I've been teaching for a long time, so lightning is maybe too fast for me.
Okay, we're gonna, let's say like
turtle round?
Static electricity round.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Let me rub my feet together.
So first, what is your favorite trumpet excerpt?
Excerpt Petrushka.
Petrushka? I love that too. Pop-Tarts or toaster strudels?
Pop-Tarts. Well, neither one really, I gotta tell you. But
I don't know what a toaster strudel is. What is the most overplayed band piece?
Creed. I know everyone loves Creed, and I like it, but I think it's a little overplayed. For a while, Sevens was overplayed, but now there may be a rebirth of that one because they haven't played it for a while. So.
Well, I think grade 9s tried this like in semester 1 this
Creed?
year.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a good piece. Like, you can learn a lot from it, so it's worth doing, but it just, it is not a lot.
Right. What is your favorite K-drama?
Favorite?
Favorite. All time.
Favorite. I'm gonna have to say, this isn't it, but the only one that comes to mind was like Attorney Woo.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite K-pop artist?
K-pop artist. Can I say a group?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to say Mamamoo, just because they're good. They're good singers. They're not the most popular ones, but they actually really can sing, and there's been a lot of live performances. Lately, NMIX is pretty good. I was a big what's the one with G-Dragon in it? Big Bang. I was a Big Bang fan for a while there too. So
isn't that a sitcom? Whatever.
it is, but that's Big Bang Theory. That's the theoretical. This was a more practical approach.
And the last one. What is the best vowel?
Why? That could be used as in, why would you ask that, but why?
Yeah. You know what? I would tend to
It's
agree.
because it's sometimes, this, sometimes that, so, yeah. It all starts with why. We know why, then there's anyhow. That's a Nietzsche thing, I think, so.
Yeah. That's a very insightful
With a
answer.
strong enough why, then you can deal with anyhow.
Thank you for our time with the philosopher, Dan Horner.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and tune in next for more interviews. Thank you very much.
Okay, great.
You're